and I can give us a little bit of info on the glorious Night City.
Let us begin as the stream is up and running. Ahoy there, mates.
All right.
Let us begin into our journey into Night City.
Yes. Sometimes called the Red Sky City. Now, to sort of help set the scene, we're going to have a brief history lesson. So, our story takes place around the year 2045, is where our setting is. A little bit of time after the Fourth Corporate War and during the time of the Red. The Fourth Corporate War was a bunch of the megacorps got together and had grown so big they built their own little private military forces to go on proxy wars against each other, just wreaking havoc all over the place. The war finally came to its peak when the two biggest competitors, Militech, went up against each other. Militech dropped a bomb in Arasaka Tower, which is at the heart of Night City. That explosion nearly destroyed a decent chunk of Night City. At the very least, the majority of like the corporate owned area was demolished. Big chunks of the city fell apart, and even to this day, they're still working to clean up the mess. Uh, we can go ahead. Boop. Here's our little map of Night City. And where it's all of the old city center, old corpo center, all of that, that is where the nuke went off. That's where there's still radiation and shit. That's where people don't go.
So, no go in Black Zone. Got it.
No one goes there unless you want to die of radiation poisoning like that. And yeah, no. But
Oh, is
I'd
this
like to
place
bring our
surrounded
attention
by
to our
water?
little, yeah, Night City was built near the coast, but when the nuke went off, large chunks of the coast crashed down under the water, flooding a huge section of the city. So it's even closer to the water than it once was.
Hey, at least the rent's gotta be pretty decent for those areas.
Yes, rent is great in Atlantis, I guarantee it.
No, I meant for the
Uh,
ones that are on the coast and stuff.
Possibly. So I'd like to bring our attention to those little red sections there. Those are what's known as the combat zones, and it's where we find our players. All of you are currently living on the third floor of an apartment complex. Said apartment complex is basically right near the edge of those combat zones. Uh,
Combat zone. Where goes that?
uh, when you're this close to the combat zone, that basically means there's no government support of any kind, no official police force, no hospitals, nothing, because the
Except for,
combat zone is full of cyber psychos, gangbangers, and well, whatever other kind of people that are basically trying to get away from government control.
so, full blown anarchy. Got it.
Yes, emphasis on the blown.
Why do I got a bad feeling about this?
What is reclaimed perimeter exactly?
That's basically a huge section outside, way outside of Night City.
Oh. What is
That
hot
that
zone?
hot zone is what I described of the nukes that went off. That's the black section in the middle of the map.
Oh, okay. Wait, what were you gonna say before that?
So your guys' little apartment building, for the most part, all of you are, you know, paying your decently cheap rent, living this close to the zone. You can't charge a whole lot because it's pretty dangerous. But thankfully, collect the collection of the rent you guys pay and the other tenants helps to pay off any, needed repairs, the bills for the building, as well as the various protection fees paid to the local fixer, a guy by the name of Rex.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But with that, we shall start with our party's fixer. Being the owner of this building, today is the day after rent is due. And you have a few tenants that haven't kind of failed to deliver rent on time. You're not out collecting late fees yet, but you'd like to be courteous, give people a reminder. So, as you make your way up to the third floor to inquire about that, Eternity, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
All right. Well, first of all, she has her hair cut about shoulder length. It's a bit messy. It doesn't look like there was much of a comb that went through that. She wears big round glasses and a pretty oversized hoodie and sweatpants. She's clearly not dressed for business per se. And she has an unlit cigarette poking out of her mouth as she digs through her pocket and finds uh, the keys to one of the rooms. Make sure that all of the rooms. Make sure she has those on her in case people don't comply. And she walks up to the third floor and knocks on the first door up there.
All right, so we shall doodly doo. Do.
Oh
Whose
yeah,
door is
her hair is a light bluish color, by the way, and the hoodie she's wearing is like a midnight purple ish.
Right, and what is her name?
Everyone knows her around here as Ava.
Right. So, as you go ahead and take a knock on the door, Silver,
Yep.
what would your character be doing right now?
Quick question. What time of day is it?
It's just before noon. Most people are either already awake or just waking up, sort of thing. It depends on your lifestyle.
My character's been full blown awake since like 7 o'clock. So he's
Yeah,
been kind of
I'm already just working.
he's been kind of cleaning up after himself, making sure everything is nice and orderly. Cause today's his day off.
Oh, lucky him.
Wait,
All right,
what day is it? Like in game?
It's Wednesday.
Oh yeah, I'm at work.
And the only reason he's got the date off is due to
Being fired.
now he's more or less kind of on parole. We're being
Parole?
kinda, though he does get called in every now and again.
Well, all right. So he's kind of like on a paid suspension sort of thing right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Of
So
course, his
tell us a little.
of course his officer uniform and whatnot, as well as his firearms, are respectively hung in their respective places.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about how your character looks and everything.
Oh, my character is very much looks like he's from Turkey. Has a bit of a mustache, not exactly going full blown. His hair is very short and neatly combed, and right now he's just wearing casual, everyday, Monday clothes. He's not wearing anything extremely fancy but one of his sleeves is rolled up, so we can see like the whole Chinese dragon on his left bicep area.
Are you wearing a design shirt?
No,
Damn, you're just bland.
yeah, my character. I mean, he does have a few designer quote unquote shirts, just nothing too fancy, more casual. There are a few photos strewn about in his apartment, like a photo of him in his younger years wearing kind of like rebellious gear, basically kind of keeping the whole idea that he was rebellious at one time against his parents, and that to reference the whole my character was supposed to wear rebellious clothes, but I changed that.
Style is everything here in Night City, and changing it is just as reputable. So, with that, like I said, you hear a knock on your door. Go ahead and give me a D10 roll. All of you are going to end up rolling this, and I will let you know. I'm going to allow this D10 roll to be modified by your luck if you would like.
I'm not gonna do luck just yet. I rolled a
All right, so you
5.
got a
Let's see.
5.
I rolled nat 10.
I think it meant. I think he meant on our turns.
Yeah, specifically for Jackie, or what is the name your character goes by here?
Oh,
Oh, they said
most people
everyone.
call him Zero Jackie, but Jackie's his real name.
Good day, officer. You're usually pretty punctual with your rent, but you haven't paid me yet.
I'll go over to the front the apartment door and I'll open it. And I'll say, "Oh, Ava, sorry,
Yes, just quick reminder. It is due, and I'd like it soon. Don't want to have to deal with those nasty late fees, do you?
Unfortunately, I don't, but I'm kind of in a tight spot."
Well,
Does
I would
any of us
actually like
have
to
the
correct
money?
you. So, with your roll of 5, you do have rent this month. In
Oh.
fact, you got a little lucky. Got an extra $30 in your pocket on top of rent.
Oh, then correction of what I said. I got my rent money here. I was about to turn it in. I must forgot.
Very, very good. I knew you wouldn't be overly late. I just grew concerned.
Well, I try to be fairly punctual and stay on the straight and narrow, but we kind of been suspended from the force. Kind of been a little rough.
Oh dear, what happened?
I won't go into too many details, mainly because it's not really your concern. Just an old buddy of mine.
I'm
stabbed me in the
concerned
neck.
for all of my tenants, so
Let's just say
if
an
you're
old,
running into issues, I'll help out however I can.
let's just say an old buddy of mine, an old cop buddy of mine, I guess I should say, stabbed me in the back. Let's just say.
Oh.
And I've been on suspension with pay, luckily.
Well, that is certainly unfortunate.
But I'll try not to cause too much problems. You know me.
And I'll take his money and go.
You know me.
E6. What are you rolling for?
Don't worry about it.
So we all had to roll for the money thing.
I think
Not
it's
just yet. We're gonna
I
we're
think
gonna
Wait.
roll once it's your turn.
Can I just keep my 10?
We'll see.
Okay.
I'll think that. For now.
Please?
anyways. After my rent has been paid, I guess I will go back into my apartment and I guess service my weapons because it's probably been a while since the last time I serviced them.
All right, just a nice cleaning, make sure everything's up to code and all that.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. With that, Mr. Aku, you're the next one to hear a knock on your door. And what would you currently be doing?
Would be walking towards my door, seeing the attendee or the rent owner, as they would immediately, if they notice me at all, I would be with the shaggy long hair covering most of my face. That, well, not most of my face, covering my eyes. My face has a few more modifications than normal people would have, and I'm wearing I believe it's called a polo jacket, a sports polo jacket with some sports jeans and obviously sports shoes. Uh, can I help you?
Well, you're running a little bit late on rent. That's fine. It's always all right. As long as you get it in soon enough, you won't have to pay any additional late fees.
I would like to use all my luck.
What?
Right, how
Is
much
that-
luck do you have?
7.
Hold on, you're
No.
using all your luck this soon?
I'm curious on what would happen.
Okay.
Okay. So, what what do you do? Like, how do you get paid usually? Like, do you accept like sponsors for your
He has a
media stuff? Do you
Patreon.
No. He
Patreon?
has a I buy.
I'm
He
kidding.
has a coffee.
He's
He
a
has a
not
coffee.
safe for work artist.
He has a coffee, a
I'm
Patreon.
okay. How about everyone shush for
All right.
just a second? I have multiple income sources through every site I can use. Yes. Noted. Johnny, after last time I talked to you, there are reasons I have multiple sources.
So, you
I whip
go
out a
and
wad of cash.
yeah, you have enough money for rent plus €100 bucks just to keep in your wallet if you'd like.
Well, I knew you'd be good for it. You just need a little reminder. Speaking of, anything interesting you've made recently?
Uh, Maid? I'm sorry, I don't talk to you very often. What did I say? I made something?
I do a little check on all of my tenants to make sure they have an income source. And you have quite a few, I believe. And they all involve making various videos, I think.
I would. I don't make videos, ma'am. I just give a lot of sources out. I'm sorry. I just immediately burst into my room.
Oh, well, he paid.
Alright. Then with that, we will introduce our last guy for tonight. As Kevin, you end up hearing a knock on your door. What are you doing?
I just got out of the shower. Got some just like
Alright.
some jeans and like a button-up shirt on. I just like walk to the door. I was like, hello?
Interesting. Well, good afternoon. Or morning, whatever. I get time confused all the time. Anyway, what I don't get confused is when rent is due, and you owe me this month at the very least. You're a bit late at this point.
Do I get to keep that 10?
Give me a D10 roll.
Haha! Please
Aw.
fail.
And I use 2 of my luck points.
If you would like to.
Yes, please.
All right. So with that,
Darn, I wanted someone to fail.
I was hoping, but at the same time,
I
you
was actually kind of hoping I was to go be the one that failed.
so not only do you have rent, but you actually just got a nice present for your nomad family of an extra €100 bucks in your pocket.
Damn.
Holy shit!
I thought it was gonna be like 30 or something. Just like, damn.
Remember what I said about critical success?
Oh,
Yeah.
does luck count as critical successes?
No, but 10 does.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he rolled twice.
Yep.
So you did count the 10.
So if I was
Victor.
Yeah,
the
but it's more
extra
funny if I made
3.
it. I think I
So
didn't.
what was the?
Because you roll again on a crit.
Oh, so I went from 13 to 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was so confused myself. I was like, what?
You said you made me think I failed, so I used 2 luck points so I wouldn't fail.
Yep,
That
and
is the
now
beauty
you're
of.
down 2 luck points. But hope you didn't need those
Where
later.
See, there's a
Where
reason
are
why
you
I'm saving my luck
placed?
points.
Where do you place money?
Oh,
It
go
should
down
be
to
in the
where
same
you
section
have
as your
your
ammo.
ammo and stuff. Click the edit
Speaking of-
button. It's where it says cash.
How much money do I have, Rue?
Go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
I
Wait,
don't owe myself rent.
Well,
I know you don't owe yourself rent.
No, but you probably have to pay property taxes and stuff.
Ha!
How much is rent, actually, though?
I will have to double check the numbers later. There is a specific number that is set for like the type of living situation you guys have. I just don't know it off the top of my head. So
Well, we're all new to this game, so makes sense.
yes. So did you want to modify that with luck points?
No.
All right.
Yes.
After
The landowner is in debt.
after counting up everybody's rent and adding the bills together and checking repair fees and paying off the local fixer and paying off the mercenary to protect the building, you got $10 to your name.
Sweet.
Hey, at least I could buy at least one good meal.
Screw that
I
Ripper
think-
and his insistence on breaking the couch. Anyway.
Do you need help? Like we haven't like we
We haven't
like,
really
we
been.
haven't paid rent, and then just like, oh, that damn fixer. It's like, you okay?
Well, we haven't really
Well,
heard that conversation yet.
I will say Ripper is not the solo that is paid to protect the building. It is a different solo.
Oh no, he broke the couch. That was the repair.
Oh, okay.
As well as other things.
He did also break. Everyone make a note of that to let Lorelai know he broke the couch.
Lorelai broke the couch, the television, the shower, the sink somehow, and the toilet.
Every amenity in his room, I had to repair. No. He had a full gunfight in his room.
I'm actually willing to believe that. He had a full gunfight with himself.
He had a full gunfight with an after image of himself.
The rooms aren't for target practice. How many times?
I haven't shot in here. What?
Not you,
Anyway.
Ripper.
All right. So, and then Kevin, what was your character's name?
Desmond Birch.
Desmond Birch. All right. With introductions out of the way, there are a few people that live on the same floor as you, and amongst those is a man by the name, excuse me, of Grant. He is the solo that Rex hired on as the muscle of the building. Just about everyone on the block knows that Grant lives here, and everyone knows that Grant is a certified badass. So if they can help it, they avoid fucking with your building.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of being a certified
trust
badass,
him.
you to decide. He is paid to protect your building.
But like,
He's not.
like, do I trust him to do his job, or do I trust him as a person?
You trust him to do his job. You may not trust him as a person, though.
I mean, he's done his job. He's not super open. However, he does seem like a nice enough guy. As every couple of days, when he's not, on a job, he hosts a little poker game up on the rooftop.
Said roof game.
A poker game?
Yep. Poker, card game, whatever people are feeling up for. Usually betting on, those little single shot bottles of stiff beer. So, out of our 4 people, who of you would be attending tonight's poker game?
I always go.
I don't
I just
know
finished
my
the job.
I don't know if my character.
Occasionally I go and I don't play, I just supervise.
I don't think I would be.
Is Ava fucking Russian or something?
No.
Question. Is it legal gambling or?
I mean, it's not a
Nothing's
gambling
fucking
ring.
legal.
Oh, it's just more
So
like
it's
for
not-
fun. Okay.
We're playing
it's
for
a casual game.
For
Like,
shot.
Then my character is kind of on again, off again when it comes to playing poker.
are you coming to
Yeah, my character will be coming tonight since he
You
has-
attend.
because since it's either him watching a movie, listening to some radio tunes, he's kind of been bored. So
Alright.
I imagine that he would go this time around.
Oh yeah, there's one last detail I forgot to mention. Every time you opened the door to talk to me, you had to look down, because I top out at a good 4'8".
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, my character's a clear 2 feet taller than you.
I am like, I'm not the tallest person, but like I'm a little bit above
I'm not.
average.
I
So-
think my character, if he was, and he's like kind of like a very bulky guy, I would imagine that he's standing somewhere around 5'9" to 6'3", somewhere around that range.
I'm just like 5'10",
That's a big range.
5'11", a 5'6". I mean, 6 foot.
He morphs. What? No, he's got like his lawman combat boots that give him a couple extra inches.
Yeah,
depending on when he's wearing
he
them or not.
measures his height in heels.
No, I do not. That's not counting the heel.
nevertheless. And then our nomad, are you going to the poker game?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll be. I'll actually have my boots on and my poncho, my Stetson.
Well, if it isn't the cowboy.
And I have always attended the poker games, hunched over, barely talking, like always.
You'd certainly fit in well with Grant. Grant is one of those guys that has the perfect poker face. No one has ever been able to read him, no matter how hard they try, unless he wants them to read him.
my character has tried on numerous occasions.
Yep.
I've
A couple of the other neighbors
occasionally.
that tend to come by is a sort of a older woman. Where'd my book go? There's my book. Come on now, stupid pages. Stop turning when I don't want you to. There we go. There is a sort of older woman by the name of Gina. Uh, Everyone kind of knows her as a sort of crazy cat lady, except instead of cats, she has sort of a few exotic pets that she keeps in her apartment. Not quite sure of them, because it's kind of hard to get your hands on animals like she does, but no one really asks questions around here.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite.
no, but my character's
Yeah.
gonna be saying something along the lines of, "Hey, we're
Even-
beginning a few noise and smell complaints coming from your apartment.
Not his problem.
Not you. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Grandma."
Literally not even his problem.
Uh, Gina would. Oh dear, I'm sorry. We had some new herbs and some new medicines that I got ordered from a few friends. Been trying some new recipes and whatnot. I'll try to keep my experimenting down to a.
Uh, I have no problem against it because I'm kind of more or less used to it. I'm just saying what I've heard from other tenants. So you might want to keep it
Look,
down before
anyone's
someone
free
is a
to
little bit
act
more.
how they like in the apartment.
I know, but I'm saying someone's gonna
We don't
go
have to
It's like
figure
a
that
having a
little.
pet isn't illegal, is it?
No, I imagine it's not. At least here.
Like it's entirely up to the landlord.
Where is your bed,
I feel like
anyways?
in my apartment.
No, I'm asking what is your
Safe.
pet?
Oh, it's a Pomeranian.
Oh, right. You said something about it being a Pomeranian.
It's Jasper the Pomeranian.
Pets are allowed, they just have an
And
extra
Gina
fee.
is happy to pay the fee.
Oh,
Uh,
I thought I saw a little fuzzball in your apartment.
Who are you talking to?
Who do you think I'm talking to?
why are you snooping around his apartment? What?
I just my character.
Talking to
Just get
Gina or
back
are you
to the
talking to
game,
me?
please?
I'm talking to you.
The fuck you doing to my? What do
I
you
didn't.
mean you saw a fluff ball in my apartment? You snooping around my shit?
No, your door was open and I saw something running around in there. Looked like a fuzzball.
What do you mean my
Play the next
door was
hand.
open?
Look, officer, there is nothing to investigate in any of the apartments in this
Yeah. I know.
So,
Just, eh,
just
maybe my eyes are
don't.
playing tricks on me. I probably need a vacation again.
People aren't exactly comfortable with.
Hey, for all I know, it was one of
Look,
those cyber pets or whatever.
That looks like a.
That looks like a fuzzball.
That looks.
I don't know. He has a sentient uh dust bunny.
Equally as believable. Anyways, on top of Gina, there's another usual neighbor. Just tends to go by Dr. Carver. He's a Ripper Doc in the area, but often donates some of his time over to the trauma team. He's normally here for every poker session, but tonight he seems to be.
Hmm.
But it is pretty later in the afternoon. The sun is starting to reach the point to maybe in the next hour it will start descending below the horizon
Huh.
as the sky is lit up a near crimson blood red from the lovely radioactive isotopes and debris that still floats around in the sky from
Hmm.
the past.
Huh. Wonder where Doc is tonight.
You're all sitting around the table
Wonder where Doc
as
is.
actually hear Grant chime in as he puts another little shot on the table. I I heard he was doing a late shift. He'll
Oh.
probably be back a little later or something, or hell, maybe he's already back and just passed the fuck out. I don't know.
Yeah. They worked that man almost to death. And I would know.
And
I work basically on death's doorbell every time I go to work. Almost.
hey man, that's trauma team for you. The shit they go
Yeah.
through, it makes so to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes some of our jobs look like a kids show.
Mhm. And with that, Ava, your agent starts ringing.
You see, I don't actually have my agent on me. Instead, I just put a hand up to my ear.
All right. Do double checking for names real quick. So as you answer the phone, the caller ID appears to be blocked. As you hear a sort of kind of a smug, pompous voice. Hello, hello, hello. Is this the gentleman that owns the building at, as he gives the address for your building?
Not gentlemen, but yes.
Oh, terribly sorry, man. Looks like I gotta rearrange some of my paperwork here. Um, Out of curiosity, are you somewhere where you're free to speak openly about stuff? I have some sensitive questions about the building.
Sure, just give me a second, and I walk over to the nearest stairwell and stand in there where no
Can
one else
anybody
is.
just
I-
see that?
I think we all see it. My character is not going to pry because it's none of his business.
I'm gonna try and listen. And it's like, what the fuck? Is this person
I,
doing?
I mean, everyone knows the landlord is a fixer, so it's not uncommon for her to get a phone call and have to go off and have a private conversation. This isn't
That's
It's
part of
far
it.
from unusual.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
exactly.
this is very common,
Yeah, that's why my character is like.
and yet I
Eh.
still want to listen as my character.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same.
My character is not
Curiosity.
going to pay
What?
attention. He's go.
Uh,
Well, yes, I'm an
Why is your
officer of the
character?
law.
Is
I
my
have
question.
nothing to prove that she's doing any criminal acts, so I am not going to violate the. We're in the U.S., right?
Yes, you are in California, is where Night City is
I am not going to violate the Fourth Constitution.
I
located.
knew it was.
Yep. Anyway,
I mean, I knew it wasn't gonna be Texas, but like, Probably wasn't gonna be Nevada either.
The smug man on the phone goes, so allow me to kind of introduce myself. My name is, we'll just go with Julian for now, if you don't mind. I'm an employee here at WorldSat. I'm sure you've heard of us. Our name is on your cell service, after all.
Of course, it's a pleasure to be speaking with you.
Yeah. So here, my bosses are very interested in your building. They would like to offer you decent uh, a decent chunk of change to take that thing off your hands. Would you at all be interested in that?
Oh, it depends on the amount you're offering.
Mhm. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually out front in my car here. If you'd like to come on out, we can have a conversation face to face. Let make sure everything's all private and secure, and discuss things properly.
Oh, certainly. One moment, I'll be right out.
I walk
Mhm.
back upstairs. What's the name of the?
Grant.
Grant.
Uh, Grant, if you couldn't come with me for a moment, please.
Hey,
Grant
maybe
kind of
for
looks
once we could
over.
actually win.
Hmm.
As I do a joke.
I
as
have
I'm
a quick
joking.
conversation to have, and I'd like a little bit of backup.
Do you need me to go down there with you, ma'am?
A little extra help wouldn't hurt.
I'll go as well.
I won't
Hey, if
inter-
you two want to go
I
ahead, be the hired muscle, be my
I'm not really hired
Yeah,
muscle.
I got
I
a
guess
feeling.
the
enough.
game is over
I'm
then.
just gonna make sure she doesn't get kidnapped or and stuff.
No, these two will work.
Because to be fair, like I said, my character is currently suspended. He's not gonna be doing a whole lot of law enforcement, but he is gonna probably call for like backup if she gets kidnapped and stuff.
I straight up just have a gun on me and a bat on my back.
Oh, that's not uncommon here in Night City. You never know who's going to stab you in the back, or the front,
Yeah,
or the side.
yeah. My pistol is in my hidden holster at the moment.
Honestly, it's not surprising if someone can stab you.
My pistol, my service pistol is currently in my hidden holster in my leg.
So, Ava, uh, Ava, Desmond, and Jackie
Mm-hmm.
are all
I
going
suppose so.
downstairs.
Yes, sir.
As you guys head on down, Grant gives a look to Aku as he places another shot on the table. Call.
I don't remember how to play poker right now. I'm gonna call. I raise it.
You watch him stare at his cards, gives a little smirk as he calls.
And do I roll anything for this?
Mm, Let me see if there's anything we
I
can
really
go.
There is something for like cards and
Wait,
stuff,
don't
so we
roll.
could
You
have.
go ahead and
Oof, not your night.
There's the gambling roll. We'll go with that.
I'll roll my gambling for earlier. Is that okay?
You guys left.
Yeah, you guys are gone. This is between
Ah, never mind.
him,
I don't know what the hell you're talking about
Grant,
now.
and Gina.
Didn't Grant come down with us?
Yeah, because Grant was
No.
the one that was. Okay.
No, because he specifically told you if
I
you
asked
hear.
for his help, but then you two volunteered yourself, so he didn't have to go.
Remind me where gambling is.
It is in
It's in education.
education.
Education. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not a good gambler.
You train, you count cards, yada yada.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got one more roll because we still got Gina at the table here. Let's see who takes the pot this evening.
We're gonna be Gina.
It just might be.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Nope. With that, Grant goes and throws a full house on the table. Gina's like, God damn it! Thought I had it this time.
I
We
put
all have
down
the
a 1,
same
2, and a 3.
modifier.
As Grant. All right.
As we're walking down the stairs, real quick.
I know neither of you are trained bodyguards per se. Just be quiet, and if I signal you to act up, go ahead and do what you please.
Well, for one, I'm an officer of the law, and two, as I said earlier, I'm on suspension. So I will not be intervening. However, if you are kidnapped, I will be calling the police department and giving them the license plate, etc.
That is fine.
Now I follow behind.
I'll say you're a good maybe 5-10 minutes behind him. If you listen carefully, you can probably still hear him going down the stairwell. But it's pretty echoey, so you really can't hear what they're saying unless they're talking loud enough.
Yeah, and I don't think my character would be yelling. Not yet, at least.
Trying to let them hear me. I'm following behind stealthily, I should say.
Okay. I
Roll this-
believe. Let me
Okay.
double check here.
Please, just as I get murdered, record it. That's all I ask.
That's
Go
what
ahead
I'm
and
doing.
Good.
under your body skill, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Oh, you already did. Perfect.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I say that's good enough to avoid detection for the time being.
I don't think any of us are thinking of being followed, so.
All right. So, who of you has like cyber optics that are connected to their agent?
Not me.
What's
I know
an
Ava does,
agent?
or I assume Ava does.
No,
They're not optics, it's only audio.
Okay,
What's an
only audio.
agent?
Your
It's
It
cell
is your cell
phone.
phone.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with an internal agent.
I have no idea how I don't have a fucking cyber optics.
I have a Neuralink.
Neuralink's not quite it.
no, just me.
Okay.
All right. Then Ava, as you're going down, you get a little notification noise from your agent as you check real quick. It seems you've lost cell service, which is strange. You don't normally lose it in the stairwell.
Ah, well, you two definitely be vigilant, please.
I pull out my
What seems to be the
handgun.
problem?
Not necessarily a problem yet, just be ready.
Like how bad are we talking about here?
I don't know. Just watch my back, okay?
Alright. I pull out my agent to see if I can make a phone call real quick. I'm assuming there's no signal.
So you can check your phone.
In front
No
of
cell
her.
service right now.
No
You're
signal?
you're better at taking a shot.
Yeah, right now, anyone checks their agent, no signal.
That's not a good sign.
I don't got an agent, so
You should. Everyone starts with an agent.
what's an agent?
Yours.
It's your cell phone.
Oh, fucking yeah, I do have one then.
Yes, everyone has one. Unless you're one of the anti-cybernetic monks. That
Wait, is
you
that an
have an
actual
agent,
thing
I
in this
guarantee.
game?
Oh, my
Yes,
agent
they're
is an anti-smog breathing mask. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm not fucking
no,
checking that right now.
it's not. It's a cell phone. You dip. Anyway.
No, it's called Agent Anti-Smog Breathing Mask.
No.
Oh, it's because you posted them. Those are two separate items. You posted them as the same item.
Oh. Well, that's the way you put it in the thing. I didn't realize there's two different things.
uh, uh,
Damn it. Never change.
ge- gear complications aside, you guys head on down the stairs, reach the bottom floor, turn around, and wonder why you didn't use the elevator.
So why do we use?
Is
Stairs is good for your
I
health.
was
anyways.
already in the stairwell.
It's good for your health anyway, so my character does it fine.
Also, elevator's not a good place to be in a bad situation.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because we
That's
don't know where
better.
we're going to be entering into.
Oh, more to go.
like, you just get in front of us already.
I don't have a shield on. I don't have my
I
riot shield. It's back in
expect
my
that you
apartment.
two are to either side of me and I'm leading because this is, in theory, a conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
My hand is not on my pistol yet, but effectively all I just have to do is make one quick and, pistol. Like RoboCop. Great, now I have the mental image that I have basically a RoboCop holster.
Kind of, except instead of it being anything fancy or futuristic, it's literally just a zipper in your leg. You unzip.
You have
No, he has a
toaster in your
holster.
leg.
He has a holster and the extra space thing. They're different.
Oh yeah.
He has a toaster in his leg.
The subdermal pocket's the thing with the zipper on it.
Yeah, the subdermal pocket is the zipper.
Oh, I thought he said that that's where his gun was.
No, my gun's in the hidden holster.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, you guys head down to the bottom floor, and you guys open the door. Across the street, you can see what looks like a fancy Corpo car sitting there. Stood just behind it appears to be a dude sort of sketching out on this little easel that he's got in front of him. These sort of camera things on his shoulders that are kind of scanning around with an armed guard next to him.
Good afternoon. I am the proprietor you wished to speak to.
He is across the street though, 25 meters away.
I'll walk all the way up.
No, not 25. That guy's on the other side of the street.
I'm approaching.
As you guys come on
That's
out.
fucking suspicious. It's like, let's have him across the street.
Question: would my quote-unquote police gear fit in that subdermal pocket or no?
What is police gear specifically?
Like like the actual uh armor. Would that fit in there, or would that be a no?
No, it's
Yeah, yeah, it'd be a no. But
you can
the
fit
armor that you guys
small
are,
objects in there.
You could
yeah,
fit a
like if you,
magazine.
yeah, it's basically
What?
the size of like your pants pocket, maybe a little bigger.
Ah, got it. So,
Okay. Can I add one question?
Yes, you may.
Can I sneak out of the building and get onto a building behind them, behind the guys that are seeing our landowner, without anyone seeing me?
But I hope you can fucking move
Um,
fast. Goddamn.
I'm not
You
looking
didn't
for
do
speed.
math for us.
I'm not looking
Well,
for
I would
speed.
say
I'm looking to keep an eye on everyone.
they go out the front door. You get to the bottom floor. You're kind of right behind them. There's probably like a broken you can use to go out like the side of the building, but the like the car and everything, it's across the street, so you can't get behind the corpos without crossing the road, which is wide open.
and what about them seeing you?
Which is not what I'm going to do immediately. I'm going to walk out either or to the left or right, and then walk
Um,
across the street when I'm at the street corner.
quick question: is there any traffic coming up and down the road, or no?
Not right. It's pretty late in the evening, or well, no, not late in the evening. It's late in the day. Uh, it's kind of a well-known fact that unless you have a really well-armored car, it's best not to be on the road at night.
Hmm.
So most people
Why do
have
you
kind
think?
of made their way home already.
Yeah, why do you think our fucking Nomad shows bulletproof windows?
So
I mean, I meant more for smuggling than armored. But, like, I can armor it more.
It's just a joke, man.
Yeah. Like,
so
I can upgrade one of my upgrades again for better protection from the windows and in the car
so
itself.
I need us all to quiet down for just a moment because a bunch of stuff's going to kind of happen all at once here. Aku, you go ahead, you head out the fire exit on the right side of the building. There's a whole long alleyway that can lead out to the front and the sidewalk. But go ahead, I believe would be an awareness. I will double check. Yes, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Who's given a perception?
It was Aku.
Okay, cool. As a
Let's
20.
see.
Okay.
All right. You notice the end of the alleyway, sort of just before the sidewalk. There appears to be an armed security officer, basically hiding right around the corner. Not looking at you, he's looking out towards the sidewalk.
Probably towards us.
Precisely. You guys walk out the building, and so you got the muscle. You're standing on either side of Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Ava, what is your reflex stat?
Ha. All good things.
All
All
right, that
good
is
things.
just
7.
under. Anyone, when you have a reflex over 8, when you're getting shot at, you can actually roll to dodge. In this case, you don't have enough. So
Ha.
you get shot.
Oh shit!
How does the armor work?
I think
We
it
are
has
just
to.
about to go into that. So, Ava, all of a sudden, you take a bullet to the chest from somewhere. At what is the stopping power on your body armor?
11.
All right. So the bullet does 18 damage, but it subtracts 11.
Okay. So 7
But
damage.
you take 7 damage, but now your armor is slightly weaker. So next time you get shot, it is only 10 stopping power.
Oh, okay.
So is like our armor the combined force of all we're wearing?
More often than not, when you're getting shot, you're getting body shot. So it'll eventually whittle down your body armor, with the rare exception of if someone's aiming for the head. But Ava, you take a shot to the chest. It hurts, but you're still alive.
Fuck.
Yeah, as soon as
I-
this happens, I pull her right back into
Well-
the building.
Calm down, there's probably some form of turn order.
With that shot, you see the armed guard, and as they immediately book it into their car, and you can already see it starting up and getting ready to leave.
Like I'm getting in my car. So like you wanna go after him?
Your car is. I wouldn't recommend it having it parked out front. Yes, I know you guys are just looking at a black screen. Don't worry about it. Words. It would most likely be parked in one of the side alleys, which you're going to have to wait until you can get to the car.
I would much rather you deal with whoever shot me.
Didn't he run into the car?
I believe he ran into the car.
The guy with the street weren't the ones with guns, weren't the ones that shot him. As far as you guys can tell, the shot came from inside the building across the street.
The hell?
I'm going to do my best to be behind the police officer.
I don't have my riot shield or anything, sir.
I don't care.
Fair enough. I mean, I was
Shit,
going to
I
drag
don't
you
know if
back
I
into
can
the
dodge
apartment
bullets.
complex to try to fix your wound as best I can.
Yeah.
It
There's
is
chances
your
I can get to that building without getting shot.
it is your guys' call if you want to start ducking into the apartment or back into the building.
How far is the apartment complex from us?
You have to cross the street.
I don't think we got that close, did we?
The opposite, you basically like got out from your front door onto the sidewalk, like Ava was getting ready to step off the curb, and then bang.
Can I ask a question?
All right.
You absolutely can.
Like I
Is
said,
the officer that was in front of me still crouched there?
As soon as you
Where it
heard
was?
that shot ring out, you definitely see him stand up and getting ready to turn the corner.
like,
Cool. I'm gonna hold my Pez dispenser against his head.
You are not that close yet.
Can I?
On the as if you roll a higher initiative, you would be able to close the distance.
Grazie.
With that, we are do some reveals here. For the sake of convenience, I would recommend you guys go ahead and come back in the building.
Yeah, I'm heading back.
yeah, I was going to head back into the building because we got effectively an injured personnel, and I'm not going to risk her bleeding out. I'm still an
Alright,
officer.
So
I do have
this
some
wall,
basic.
this wall here on the left,
Yeah.
that is where you three are going to start.
Okay.
What?
Around here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And then
Where?
I will reveal right there where 0 is.
Okay. Do I have to put my token down?
She's probably in the middle of us,
but-
so I think you're. How are we lined up exactly?
That is completely up to you.
Like, is the door over here, going towards this way, or is it from the north?
Yeah, you get from the left.
So we came in from the left.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm hiding behind you.
Okay, I want to reveal areas, not hide more of them. What the hell are you doing? There it goes. Stupid thing.
All right.
All right.
I guess
So
we
we're gonna
do.
have right there's our security officer. And what is the do? We're gonna throw Aku, speed Aku.
Um, these are not notable things that I know where they are.
It's
It's right. It's with your stats.
yeah.
For example,
It's
just,
the last stat called move.
Oh, 6. I'm stupid. I didn't realize that was literally part of the stats.
yeah. It's weird.
You will be right about there. Right. So, you boys go ahead and start clicking on your tokens, and let's get this initiative rolling.
So we roll int. Got it.
There
What do
should
we roll?
be,
There's an initiative at the top of your sheet.
Yep.
yeah,
At
at the
the
top
very
right
top.
next to your HP.
Right where your character icon
Oh.
should be.
Oh,
I got it. I'm just more questioning it.
I cannot
Fuck.
click the thing.
Of
Wait,
course
why
he
did you
gets-
roll twice? Oh wait, never
because I
mind.
screwed it up for one of them.
How do
One
I
of them was
click the thing?
Okay. Click on your token and click initiative. Basically, treat
When
it
click is it the INT?
No. It's initiative at the top of your sheet. The very
right next
top.
to your HP, towards the
Ow.
left.
Like actually that's intelligence.
There's a lot of 11s.
Yeah.
No, everyone rolled like a lot of this.
How the fuck are we gonna decide that shit then?
It's
I
usually
would say
decide on
highest
whose
modifier in
movement
that
is
scenario,
faster.
or highest
Well,
reflex.
5.
So let's see. For Julian, he is a. Well, no, Julian only rolled 15, so he's fine. Our security operative here. The wrong
Is this
stat.
the guy that fired at us?
No, that's the
You
one
don't
that
know who fired.
I only Aku saw.
Yeah, that's outside the building.
So we
There
have
we
no
go.
visual contact on
This
who
is
fired.
the door right here. Yeah, the guy who fired was from another building.
Ava, what is your move speed?
5.
Oop. Aku, what is your move speed? Oh wait, I already know. 6. Perfect. And Desmond, your move speed.
5. Haha!
You
We
still
go
have to deal
reflex
with
next.
fuckery.
5-7.
Since you're both on the same team, I will let either of you decide which of you wants to go first.
He'll go before me.
But I like the idea of reflex. Okay.
All right. So, with the first thing, as you guys start running out the building, I assume you're running out in exactly the order you're, or running in the order you are.
Yep. I want to be between them.
All right. Then we've got another past the door. And that is a hit on our buddies and our buddy Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Haha! Thank you, Body Shield.
Mhm.
Yeah, Yep.
So I believe what is your stopping power?
It's 11. So I
It is an
take
11. You take 8 damage, and now decrease your stopping power to a 10. But hey, now you have a chance for retaliation.
You have your gun.
Yes, I have my gun. How do I? Oh wait, I guess I have to edit that, huh?
That's 6 square.
Now, the only problem is you currently have nothing to shoot at.
Actually, I do have my pistol on me.
Nothing to
No,
shoot
you
at, not with.
You
Fair.
don't know you still don't know who is shooting at you and from where. You just know he's across the building somewhere.
All right. Can I roll
You can come out.
Can I roll perception to see where I can figure out where the bullet came from?
Mm-hmm. That's what he just said.
Yeah.
Where's perception?
Should be under your awareness skill.
18.
You are looking around. Let me double check my book. Make sure I get this right. Not always great with numbers. Be nice if the book would stay open to the page I want it to stay on, but of course it won't.
Can I roll human perception to know the shooter's emotional state?
I don't.
When you can find him, yes.
If we can find him, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Hey, Octu, see him?
Uh, da, da, da. Nope, you do not find.
All right. Since I didn't find him,
Okay.
I'm
You're looking up and down that building.
gonna
Stay right
have
there.
us move back.
Stay right there.
I'm gonna have us. I'm gonna
Don't
say.
you dare move.
I'm gonna say. Move, move, move.
No,
We're
You
not
stay
going.
there.
I'm not gonna stay
Or-
here and get constantly
I mean, you're-
shot at. What kind of dumbass would you take me for?
I would like. You've already used your action for your perception deck, but when you grapple a target, they cannot move, but you carry them with you whenever you move.
You could totally pick me up.
Yeah, I would grapple.
I'm like 140 when wet.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
grapple you, and I'm gonna move us.
Well, hang on. You can't do it this turn
Oh.
because you already used your action to do the perception check. Every turn, you have one action and you have one move, unless you have a skill or ability that says
Gotcha.
otherwise.
So you can't grapple yet.
Yeah.
On your next turn, you could. So if you wanted to move, you could move, or if you want to stay here, be the bullet sponge for everyone, that is your call.
I'll be the bullet sponge for right now.
Yes.
All right. Then with the end of your turn, one of our lovely security operatives is going to come in. I'm going to say,
Is drawing out my pistol a free action?
yeah, just drawing your weapon is a free. I think
I want to draw down my pistol
changing.
as soon as I
I believe
heard the first
changing
sound.
weapon action.
What's it?
Oh.
So
Sure.
Did you guys close the door?
I haven't closed the door yet.
All right.
He was trying
No,
to
no.
shoot, so the door was probably open.
Yeah, the door's
So
probably
the door
open still.
open. Hey, oops, shit, I lost it.
It's gone forever now, Rue.
Wait, nope. Fuck you. This guy is stood in front of you, Zero, as he has a very heavy pistol in his hand, and he pulls that right up to your face, and he goes for the bang.
Miss. Wait, what's the armor
He
class?
manages to miss point blank somehow. He pulls the pistol, but you've been shot at a dozen times, so you see a gun, your immediate reaction is fucking get out of the way. As he fires his gun right over your head.
Yep.
Ironically, it's the reason why disadvantage at close range is a thing.
I do
Well,
have a few
if you
skill
look
points in
on-
Brawler, so I could go toe to toe with this guy.
There's no disadvantage
It was
for.
no, it's
But
a
yeah, it
joke
was a
because
joke
of fifth
for
edition.
Fit 5e.
I'm not making any
So-
actual rule things. I'm just making jokes.
As you guys notice, every time we fired, it pulls up this little chart thing. Different weapons have different ranges for firing. An assault rifle is really good firing at like mid to long range, but crap at firing at point blank. Whereas our heavy pistol here, unfortunately, this dude rolled a nat 1 and fucked his roll completely. So when you guys finally get the chance to shoot, you'll get to use this lovely stat chart as well.
Yeah, I noticed it earlier when we were figuring out our character sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind, this security officer is actually stood in front of you, Zero, not
Gotcha.
to the left. But with that, Aku, it is now your turn.
Cool. Do I have enough movement to get close to him?
If we check our little, yep, you can move up to 6 squares with your movement.
Okay, cool.
For future reference, if needed, I tried to set up the map properly, but every square is 2 meters.
Okay. I'm gonna try to stay in his complete blind spot,
Mhm.
and then hold my gun and push it against his head. Wait, is he?
Let me double check.
If he is, I'm putting it against his
Okay.
neck.
He is wearing a helmet.
Pointing it against his neck.
Also, how did I not see this
Right.
guy?
He was
He's not
hiding
the
around
one
the
who
corner.
was shooting across the street.
This guy is in an alley, hiding basically just out of any of your guys' sight.
Yes.
And that's where this other guard came from, was the opposite alley.
Ah.
And very simply,
Mhm.
please, can you not fire at my landlord right now?
Alright.
I have a lot right now. A lot more planned going on right now.
Let's see. We have. I don't think intimidation is a thing, but I believe conversation is.
Uh,
Isn't intimidation? Oh, I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
There's social. Bribery, conversation,
And
interrogation.
persuasion.
Yeah. There's persuasion.
Alright.
Bitch, fucking low.
And conversation.
It might be interrogation, to be honest.
No, because interrogation is
that's more like doing like
Info.
threatening to
Asking
gain, trying to
question.
convince him.
that's trying to get information out of someone.
Yes.
I got
Isn't
that.
that what you're doing?
No.
No.
It's trying to stop the guy from acting on me.
Oh. Why the fuck don't we have an intimidation? Are people just
Huh?
too fucking pansies to get intimidated? Do they not have a frontal lobe?
Maybe it's the other way around. People are too badass to get intimidated.
Or people just don't care.
Is
When
this
everyone's
guy?
a badass, no one's a badass.
Is
Alright.
this guy?
So you put the bullet against Or the bullet against the back.
You put the bullet against his head.
He's squeezing a single bullet in between both his fingers.
It's fucking Sky Tama.
Oh, now I have that mental. Now I can get that mental image out
Got
of
the
my head.
fucking flick. the
Also,
damn
I did
thing.
not know
Alright.
you could get gifts working for Roll20.
Everyone shush.
All right. So, with the fact that you've got the gun trained on him, I'm giving you a +1, so that is a roll of 20. As the guy just goes, "Fuck." He is standing still, but he doesn't seem to have. He's not dropping his weapon or anything. So, who the hell are you?
Your worst nightmare.
You're not getting that answer when you have the gun.
So you're telling him to drop the gun?
Oh no, that's his choice. I'm continuing the conversation.
Okay.
Conversating.
See, you are just following orders. I get it, but at the end of the day, you're ruining other people's lives. And that's my turn.
Uh, then it will be Desmond's turn. Basically, just past 0, you were witness to a security officer in Kevlar armor pop out from the door and try to shoot at him, missing all 3 of you with an amazing failed headshot.
Well, missing me. He was aiming for
I
me.
didn't even move, it just went over my head because I'm too short.
Yeah, exactly.
He was trying to go for me, missed, point blank.
So what do you want to do, Desmond? No? Are you with us, Kevin?
Kevin.
Well, if he's not going to act, I can act.
Well,
Kevin was just here.
I know. What the hell?
Huh. Well, I'll go before him then.
Yeah, Yep, you can go ahead and use your turn then.
Alright. I drop prone on the ground and I aim in between Zero's legs up at this guy's crotch and I fire twice.
All right. Does your pistol have rate of fire of 2?
Yep.
Ooh.
On the right side, you still hit him.
Let's see, hits. And that second roll is a miss, unfortunately. Let's see. Do 9 damage. Double check. That goes through his armor. And he takes 2.
I'm back. I had to go pee.
Ah, there he is.
So, the fuck is
Um,
this
And,
guy?
That's just the security guard that came in here and tried to shoot me in the face, failing miserably.
Cool.
The door's
My
still
melee
wide
weapons
open.
have a. My melee weapons have a rate of fire of 2. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Does that mean
It
I
should
hit
say-
twice?
I believe so.
If
That
I
means you will
hit-
roll the attack twice, yes.
Cool. He's
Alright.
right there.
And then I get up and one. Oh.
I
Well,
think
you
I
just-
think we have to go. I think this is our hallway here. We don't have a
Yeah,
stairway yet.
I know. It's not letting me move that way.
I'm gonna move here.
Every
Well,
time I pick
Kevin-
up my shit, it scrolls up. Alright.
And I'm just
One,
gonna
So-
hit him with Betty.
You can do that. I'm just going to stop you real quick, Kevin. The guard is technically stood in front of Zero. It's just I can't put him in front, so I'll actually move him over. As long as you stand next to Zero, you can be within that melee range.
Okay.
Just go ahead, scoot down, and you'll be good to
Here?
go.
no, right here.
Here.
There you go.
God damn it! Close the.
So do I? So does a 17 hit him?
Well, that's the great part about melee attacks. See, melee, when someone swings at you, that is when I open the wrong goddamn character sheet. Fuck.
That's when you roll evasion.
Yes, during melee, that is when evasion comes into play. So, our operative, you can go ahead and roll a second melee attack, and he will roll his evasion twice. As I try to remember where it was. Is it under fighting? It is under
Yes,
fighting.
it's under fighting.
He is not evasive. Not by a long shot.
You'd think he would be.
You'd
Eh.
think, wouldn't it?
Heavy gear. Big
You know, with a
gun.
6. Just a flat out 6. I think
14
it's
minus
not.
6.
So, well, the first damage was 14 and the second was 11.
So one attack is reduced by 6 and the other is reduced by 5.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I got this more or less
So
kind
that's
of
8.
He
mentally
takes
fixed
8
out.
and then
Six.
6 damage.
That'd be. You'd take a total of 14 damage.
Yep, and with that, he is now seriously wounded.
Pet
He's not having a good time.
loser.
But now it is time for our dude that is
That's in the
stuck.
alleyway.
Yep. Hmm. Double check.
Hmm.
The guard goes, "All right, do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. Just tell me what you need."
This has a better interrogation.
Well, that looked a bit easier than I thought. Well, if you could say who hired you guys to do this, I could get out of next month's rent.
Um, Go ahead and give me an interrogation roll, and I'll give you a +1.
You know, funnily enough, for the people with one enemy, they might know who was doing this. For me, who has 4 options,
Right?
As I was
Probably
going to
one of the
say-
corporations he pissed off, if I had to have my guess.
I was going to continue with. I honestly am not too caring. Just more of, as I said, bad business to have my landowner die immediately. If you don't do anything and say you were just caught off guard and knocked out or something, this could just go flying by.
I would love for you to make this difficult. So much. I say as I'm just winging my bet.
Because as it stands, it's more of like a side gag with the whole "you can tell me" thing. That's why I said the whole off a month of rent. I don't care about it too much. I'm just wanting him to kind of leave this one out.
Who's he talking to?
The guard he has at gunpoint.
Who probably doesn't
I'll
live here.
The guard doesn't live. What?
The guard.
He doesn't live here.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's most likely working for the people shooting at you. Of course, he doesn't live here.
Turns out he's one of my tenants. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that
What
be a
the
twist?
fuck, Avery? Why are you shooting at me?
So the guard will go. Look, no can do, man. I, I got eyes and ears. We got eyes and ears everywhere right now. I stand down willingly. I'm out.
Oh.
Look, I'll tell you what you want to know, but I ain't trying to die on this job. Don't get me wrong.
So
But
if you beat
I
the
can't throw in
shit
the
out of
towel
you
right here.
first, it's okay.
Give him like 10 seconds to try to get to cover.
Okay. I can just stand here, still as a board, man.
And I would appreciate that info, Rentinol.
I'm gonna say if you want the information, you got to make a roll for it.
Well, we were conversating the entire time.
I'll let you do conversation. 14? No, that
I didn't think
too
so.
big, man.
And
Man,
too big means I know exactly who it is.
let me see. What do I have here? Hmm.
I
No,
don't know.
that
I've
one
pissed
goes
off
away as
two
usual.
different people who are too big.
It just means it's someone I want to get in touch with
Oh,
in some way or form.
Quick question: how do these doors close?
Um,
Yeah, these are automatic or are they just pulleys?
That's why I was asking.
no, there are no automatic doors. They're just pull. It is a rundown building. You can't afford automatic doors. You barely get the elevator working.
Yeah, and it's probably not
Speaking
going.
of, where is the nearest door to where I am? Into a room or
The
something?
well, the door, these boxes here are apartments,
Okay.
and then the stairwell plus the elevator is at the other end of the hall.
Alright.
I will say that unlocking the door to get into the apartment will take an action. So
Yeah.
with that, hmm, yeah, this is gonna be interesting because this is gonna end probably badly as we move into this guy's turn. I don't think that's gonna do a good roll.
Ow!
No, that's not a good roll at all. One,
The fuck is a
two,
shoulder arm?
Basically, assault
shoulder arm.
rifles, etc.
As Aku, you see the security guard you have, pinned, try to move out of the way suddenly, and then get shot.
Mm.
Oh shit!
He
He got shot by his own man.
Go.
By his own
You know,
boss.
that
Who's
doesn't even give me context on who this is.
Julian at?
You know what? No. I think at least one of my people wouldn't shoot at his own guys.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, I do. I wrote their shit.
Fair enough.
All right. So with that, Zero,
who shot
you're
him?
up.
All right, it's my turn.
You saw the bullet come from across the street.
Okay.
Got it.
Hmm.
The-
This guy's in front. Is he keeping the door open?
He's basically stood in the doorway.
Because I want to try and close the doors and then use my handcuffs to lock the said door.
You don't have the key.
I have
That's
handcuffs.
what he said, handcuffs.
Oh, handcuffs? Yeah. I mean, if there was something to handcuff it to close enough by.
The other side, the other door. I'm assuming this is a double pulley system.
Yeah, there's two doors
Double
with
doors?
pulls.
Okay.
Get up, grab, hold, human shield. Human shield is an option.
I mean, you're already a human shield. You could have your own human shield.
So, in this case, you have a few options. To just go ahead and try to slam the door, I would say. Let me give a good answer for this. It would end up being a athletics, but that's going to be opposing the guard.
Mhm.
And that's going to take your action. You won't be able to lock the door till your next turn. You could also try to grapple the guard. As long as you're holding him, he can't go anywhere. And then your next turn, you can throw him out of the way.
Alrighty.
Or even better, you can go flip him around and use him as a human shield. Like, back off! I got a hostage.
Why would I do that? I'm a cop.
You're a cop that's getting shot at.
Yeah, I'm being
You're running
shot
out of
at, but
options.
there's not enough
You're
cops.
in an unlawful. No, hold on. You're in an unlawful place, and you want to stick with your law.
Yes. it
Yes.
does.
My character
And I
tries
could
to
make
stay close to the law as possible.
I can make a serious argument that this is just an arrest, just an unorthodox arrest.
Yeah,
One where
I'm gonna
you get
grapple.
to execute him immediately after.
By being suspended.
I'm going to grapple him.
Go for a grab.
What do I roll?
Brawling?
Mm,
That's what I think would
It's
be.
not brawling, I believe it's athletics, but I'm double checking the rule real quick. Show me the rule. I guess my internet must be slow tonight. There we go. Grab object. Need a free hand to initiate grab, which you only had your pistol, so you should be good. Oh, yep, it is the brawling skill.
Holy shit!
Wow.
I'm actually pretty decent
Nice
at brawling,
ball,
so
Kevin.
as long as I don't roll a 1, I should be fine. I rolled a 14.
And they rolled an 11, so you have now grabbed the security guard.
Wait,
Now,
could you use
remember
brawling
what-
or evasion to get away from grapples?
It is opposed brawling.
Damn.
Yeah, my character has been.
I hope no one tries to grab me.
I know, right?
You would probably. What's your brawling skill?
Actually, my brawling's not terrible. It's a 7.
It's possible.
That's mediocre.
It's possible for him to get out of a decent bind.
I said not terrible. I didn't
That's
say
like
good.
the lowest.
There's a possibility. Alright, so I grapple him.
And remember, you can use your move and you will drag your grapple target wherever you go.
And I'll. Can I use a free action to toss the cowboy one of my handcuffs?
There are no free actions.
No?
Free actions aren't really a thing.
All right, then I'm gonna drag him into the hallway a bit.
Go ahead and remind me of what your move stat is.
It's a 5, and I've only moved 2 squares so far.
Yep. So you move 5 squares, and you'll be dragging your security buddy with you.
Yep, and I'll tell the cowboy, since I can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
Close the damn door!
Don't bring him towards me.
Well, as of right now, whenever a target is grappled, they have a -2 to all actions, and that includes the person who is grappling.
Yep.
And that is where you will end your turn.
Yep.
All right. Then our security operative is going to try to use, that's the wrong sheet. It's going to try to use their action to get the fuck out. 11 again. Could you go ahead and roll your brawling?
Pat.
He's not getting out.
I put him in a chokehold.
Beautiful. Almost
You
double
can
crit.
actually. That's an action you can take, is choking.
But I'm not gonna kill him.
Oh shit!
You can choke
choking
him.
is
I can do legitimate cuts.
You can knock him unconscious by choking him
Yeah,
out.
unconscious. That's
Yeah, choke
literally
is
how they do it.
Yeah, it is a non-lethal option. Now you have to wait till your turn to be able to do it, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Right. Then with that, Aku. What do you want to do?
Look, buddy, it looks like your life is already fucked.
So, is he dead?
No, he's still alive. He's just got a bullet wound.
Yeah, he's gonna need some medical attention.
Is he still standing?
Yeah, he's standing there. It hurts, but he's not dead.
I'm gonna just quietly walk away.
Away from the dead body.
He's not dead. He's very much alive.
And I walk away. Stealthily.
Yeah, you can roll stealth if you'd like.
I did.
Oh yeah. All right, what the fuck? Yeah, you sneak away extra.
Just slinks back into the shadow. It's Homer Simpson going into the bush, except it's just a darkness.
No, he goes. He walks over to one of the empty trash cans, silently opens it, and just crawls inside and closes.
And I'm trying to get back inside at this point.
Okay.
I'm assuming the fire exit is over
I already
here.
moved 6 spaces.
Well, this thin space here is the alley. If you can go past that block there, then you'll be inside the building.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm 1 off.
Yep.
Yeah, if you get to here, you can enter the building.
That'll be your next turn.
But with that, Desmond or Ava, who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Desmond, what are you doing?
Desmond, I told you to close the door.
Kevin.
Kevin.
It's my turn.
Yes,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Mr. Desmond.
I told you to close the door.
Cool. I'm just going along with. Do
You
we?
go close the door.
Yeah. Do I get
All right.
shot at?
Not yet.
What?
Yeah, I'm the
You are
only
in the
one
middle
in the
of a
party other
gunfight.
than Ava that's been shot at. Ava was shot
Just give it a
first,
little
then
bit,
I
though.
was, then
I
the
mean,
guard.
I'm the target.
Yeah, my character's gonna be
The
asking.
body shield.
Yeah, my character's gonna be asking you, okay, what the hell's going
Well,
on?
I don't care what you will be asking me.
Yeah, but
Was that an action or not for closing the door?
What the fuck is
Uh,
happening here?
Well, I'll give you a question, my good sir. Do you shell out extra money for some good locks on your front door?
Ooh, extra money? Nah.
I don't got that kind of cash.
not
All right,
you.
you got one of the. You basically got a building, real rusty, probably doesn't work 90% of, doesn't work
There's-
like 10% of the time.
Hey, there's really good locks on my room.
Yeah, but not on the apartment
Yeah.
complex door.
Nah.
Nope.
None of the stuff
If you want-
downstairs
I paid
is
for mine.
really mine. I keep
Yeah, I
you
pay
want-
for my locks.
I keep everything important in my room.
You want security, motherfucker? You pay for that shit.
There's not even a computer downstairs. There's just like a notebook.
Of all the attendees, I love it.
All right, so
Which is
lock
why
the
I'm
deadbolts.
thinking about
You don't
using
hear the click.
one of my
You
parents'
lock it and lock it again,
handguns.
and then you hear the click. So you manage to close and lock the door.
Good enough.
That could probably be busted.
Probably.
Oh,
All right.
the doors could be just pure fucking glass.
Probably
I'm gonna come
is.
over here, unlock
It's at least
this,
a wooden door.
unlock this room.
All right.
And then I'm going to the door. I don't think I can lock it this turn.
No.
Why you just going into a random apartment building room?
Because I'm getting shot at.
There's a stairway right over there.
I'll worry about the stairway when it's closer.
You're not
the
gonna get
stairway's a
closer.
lot farther than this room.
You're not gonna get closer.
Oh, is there anyone in the room, by the way?
This room is empty.
Okay. Damn it.
Then have our security operative. He quickly whizzes around, assault rifle in hand, and looks through the alleyway, confused. Where the fuck did he go?
He's like the predator in this scene.
You got
Huh.
shot, buddy. What?
And I'm talking about the predator, the second movie, not the first one.
As Aku, you overhear him go, "Huh. Sorry, boss. I lost him. Well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault you shot me instead of him. Sorry. What now? All right, I can kick in the door. As we go with
Actually, can I make a stealth check to see if no one noticed me enter this room?
I think it's gonna be
Um,
kind of hard considering you just opened a door.
I mean, I
We're
don't.
preoccupied with our own
No one out
thing.
here really has a sight line anymore.
I'm gonna say
this-
the only
I
people that
was-
know
I mean,
are
I'll
your
try and
friend
see if I
and this
hear
guard
the
in particular.
door opening.
That guard in particular was the one I didn't want to know.
What if you had like a nat 10 followed by a nat 1 for like the same roll?
You add the 10 to the 1, so the 1 is irrelevant.
No, like you got a 10, then you roll again for the add bonus.
Yeah, you
Will that
add
be a
the
crit
1 to the
success
10,
and
so the
crit
1.
fail?
No.
The second roll is just an addition or subtraction if you got a bad roll or a good roll on the crit. That's all it is.
Unless you roll a 10.
Yeah, whatever.
I think the Brew said that one.
Nope. Do. As all of a sudden, our beautiful wooden door gets a bang.
Wow.
And then another.
Did those even hit?
It's a door, of course it hits. You can't miss the door. Not going anywhere. But our guy is taking a what appears to be a fire axe to the front door, and
That's
7,
inefficient.
9, 10, 11. He is getting through that door, not very quickly.
Yeah,
He's got a
bad
decent
choice.
hole in it. Just like The Shining.
Except it's a bleeding out guard.
he's looked better. All right. Oh wait, did I read that? Oh no, I did read that wrong. Because I'm mistaken. So cover works in a variety of ways. It depends on the material and how thick that material is. You have shitty wooden doors, so with that first axe swing, he just basically breaks the lock right off the door and kicks it in.
Good for him.
A lot of good that
You
door
just
did.
have to know where to swing.
Yep.
The center
But
of the door is
unfortunately-
not where you swing.
Hey, it worked.
He broke the lock off. He doesn't have to care.
That's not the center of the door.
But with that, Desmond,
Yes.
I hope you like bullets because you're getting a donation.
Okay.
Oh, you're not getting a donation.
I was about to say, not with that one, Yank.
As a bullet just breaks the window on the second floor. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I just now have
Or,
that
like,
mental
notice
image
where it
of like a
came
very old
from.
lady in the shower just screaming at the guy that just shot her window.
So,
I notice where it came from.
I've already asked that question. I haven't noticed it.
you can
Not
roll a
in the
perception
general
check on your
area.
turn. You know it's from the building across the street. It's presumably the same shooter. Just don't know where in the building.
All right.
Right.
Right? But with that, Jackie, it's your turn.
So the front door is busted.
You're still holding up this guard. Come around.
So
Oh
we-
yeah.
Like, how damaged are we talking about?
Like even if you close it, it's just it's basically gonna halfway slow them down. They can just walk back through it.
Handcuff him to you. Then he's never gonna break the grapple.
Can I?
Just grapple everybody at once.
Can I? Nah, you probably wouldn't allow me to do that.
What?
Could I try to handcuff the two of them together?
Ah,
That'd be challenging.
I would say you'd have to spend your action handcuffing the current dude and then try to grapple the other dude. After.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Now the thing is, you still have a free hand, so you could just whip your pistol out and shoot the other guy in the face if you want. It's just going to be a -2 to your accuracy, unfortunately.
Yeah. I could technically just shove this guy into the other guy.
Yeah,
You
then you'll
can do
lose
that.
your grapple though.
Question. Can I shoot over this
And
guy's shoulder to hit this guy?
yes, it's just going to be a -2 to the accuracy because you're grappling.
Right. That's why I was asking.
Hmm
Part of me doesn't want to fire because technically I don't know the full situation, but on the other hand, they just now broke an entering and whatnot.
And they're shooting
And shooting, that is true.
at you. I think this is out the window of is it lawful to shoot these men right now?
Yeah, it's definitely lawful right now. As much as my character would hate to shoot. Alright. I could just grapple. I'm gonna try shooting this guy here. That's holding the fire
Okay.
axe. And I'm gonna shoot him in the shoulder that's holding the fire axe.
Ooh. Okay, now that is you are allowed. There's rules for that. Hang on. With a weapon that has a rate of fire of 1, you can aim a single ranged or melee attack by using your entire action, but it's a -8 to the check for aiming.
What about one with a rapid rate of 2?
If it has a rate of fire of 2, you can't do it.
So that's a no-go?
Not with your heavy pistol.
Okay, so I could do that with my M42, just not with this guy. Got it. Alright, then I'm just gonna shoot him with my quote-unquote Glock. With a -2 attached. So that's a 14, and I don't think I did any damage on him. And I rolled terrible on damage.
The 14 hits. That 6 isn't going to hurt much. It only just barely bounces off his armor.
But his armor is reduced.
Yep, his armor has been reduced.
Yep. -1 bullet.
So our
Well, there goes Lucky. I think that's the worst 3d6 roll I have had in a while.
I think our buddy here is.
He's the one I still have grappled.
Yep.
So I think he needs to make another brawl check, as well as.
Well, he doesn't need to. He can do something else.
That's actually what I'm double checking.
He gets the same -2 to everything that you do, I think, right? And he can't move by his own will.
Grab action. While grappled, cannot use their move and interact with the attacker. The grapple can make use of a weapon that requires 2 hands. Defender or other character must use his action to roll successful against break grapple. He does out of the grapple first. So let's go with our opposed brawlings. 14.
Isn't that a -2?
19.
I mean, it's -2 for both of them, so it doesn't matter.
17 then. And he has a 20.
Either way.
It doesn't matter. You both have the
Anyways, I
same
still
negative.
got him. Is
Yep,
this
you're
guy
still
saying
stuck.
anything while I have him grappled?
Let go of me, you fucking pig.
Fair enough.
No, motherfucker.
Yeah,
As
he's
Aku.
better be happy that I'm not a very bad cop.
You
'Cause
can go
I
ahead and crawl
have-
out of your trash can.
I don't know why, but
I
I
pull
just
out my
imagine
Echo.
like cartoon eyes, kind of like peering.
I pull out my Echo. Am
Amazon
I connected
Echo.
to the internet? Or whatever the fuck the thing's called.
You
don't
do
know
not
it.
have any internet service or cellular service right now.
But you can record.
Yes,
I
you can
know,
still
but I
record.
like live streaming.
You could probably
You can't
record.
live stream.
It-
Motherfucker.
They just said that. Well, as it stands, I am a general recorder. I turn on the recording, but I have to stay stealthy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna try to
the
peek
better
around the
ways.
corner. Oh no, I'm recording the entire thing of them breaking in.
Okay.
If you want, you can try and see if you can spot the dude across the building.
Get the entire view of everything.
From where you're standing, you can basically peer out from the alleyway, more or less.
Yeah, you might be able to see the back of this guy and sort of
Does a 19 see everyone that's involved in this case?
I mean, you know that your dude most likely went around the corner as you see some wood shards on the front, on the ground where the front door is. But
Was.
you can't spot where the shooter in the across in the other building is. Oh, in case it wasn't obvious, the Corpo car that was across the street, fucking long gone.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would be.
Mm-hmm. But I believe that is the end of your turn.
I'm
Desmond.
gonna comment something.
Hmm.
Grab the bookcase or something.
There's no bookcases.
I don't buy bookcases.
No, but maybe it would. Actually, yeah, I don't think bookcases would exist in this universe.
There's a
would they?
desk. There's a desk.
Oh,
There's a desk that's bolted to the ground. Maybe a potted plant that's poorly taken care of, and a notebook on that desk with a pen
No,
attached to a chain that is bolted to the desk.
It is a potted plant that is taken care of the perfect amount because it's plastic.
Ah,
I
yes.
was gonna say.
It's a plastic plant.
Can I just duct tape the guy? One of these guys to the door?
I'm not sure that's what duct tape is for.
I
but-
don't think that's how duct tape works, but
Hey,
sure.
Kevin, better idea. Shove the dude that you have in there onto the door that they're hatching at. Or
Wait,
no,
can I just
that's
use
the
him as a
door.
meat shield and run to the other building?
You can do that, but you have to grapple him first.
Yeah, you have to do
Let's
a brawl
grapple.
check.
Brawl check versus his brawl check.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun to record.
17.
No!
Wow,
This
this
is
guy's
gonna be
even
really
worse.
fun to record.
He was not expecting that.
This is
Now-
very fun to record.
-2.
To give you the
Yes,
warning, Kevin, you now have him grappled. Anytime you move, he will move with you, but you will have to wait till your next turn to be able to use him as a human shield.
All right.
So if
I
you
mean-
want to just stand here, or if you want to already start running out there, you got quite a distance to go before you can get across the street.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start running.
I don't think that's the
He
wisest.
breaks in. He just barely breaks in. You grab him by the wrist and start dragging him back across the street.
Yeah, like a little like
Yeah.
a child that just like broke like your lawn gnome or something like that.
And I have
I'm
the
taking you
ball
back to
If
your
he
parents.
dies, I'm protecting myself, and I'll kill. He
Alright.
attacked me. Okay. I give 0 shits about his
So-
well-being.
Kevin,
I would
what
like
is
to
your
record.
what is your movement?
5.
Okay. Building across the street, 20 meters.
So I need 4 turns.
10 meters.
I don't know.
No,
I
you
mean,
need one.
Two more.
You
Two
can-
one more-
turns.
You can dash.
Oh, okay, I can.
But I think that requires an
And-
action.
Buddy already used his action.
So you,
You
can
can
move
dash
out there.
forward.
next. You can
2
dash
more
later.
turns.
Well, everyone hold up. You can move 5 squares.
Yes.
Each square is
It's
2 meters.
So you're
So it
halfway
is-
across.
Okay.
So next
cool. So
turn-
one more thing. One more turn now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your next turn, you will be at the building.
You
And
still
the
wouldn't
turn
know
after
which
that, I
room
can
the guy
probably
is in.
get to the guy.
First, this guy gets dropped on by a media personnel. Now he's getting dropped by a freaking no.
Nomad, you
A
had it right.
nomad. And this guy is being grappled by a law officer.
All right. I open the door just to crack and peek out. Where the fuck did the other guy go? And I take aim at the dude who our cop is holding, and I'll fire twice.
Oh wait, that's right. My
Alright.
pistol has 2 shots, not 1.
That is unfortunately a
Bam.
miss.
15 hits though.
No, because you have
Oh
to.
yeah, I'm 20 away.
Is 20 meters away. So you have
Just
you had to
slightly
hit
outside.
20.
Yeah, you have to roll a 20 on that one.
Just a bit. I fucking stop.
I mean, I could move him closer, but my character wouldn't know about your plan on that.
Then I close the door again.
Were you trying to shoot me?
He's already ignoring you.
No response.
The fucking hell is this day?
Alright. So the dude
Sorry,
being
Nova.
grappled by Desmond. Desmond, I need you to do another brawling check as he's trying to escape.
He's got a 13 on that one, so he got beat at 13.
Hmm.
Kevin,
Shouldn't be too hard.
Kevin. Kevin.
He's more
My-
zoned
my
out than
nomad-
usual.
Kevin.
My nomad friend, you gotta stick with us a little bit here.
Hmm?
It's your
You!
brawling
Yeah.
check.
Do you not remember your own name?
Uh-oh.
I'm not used to being. I was like, I didn't think he'd be calling
We've
me
been
Kevin.
calling you
Said
Bro.
Desmond.
We said
We said
Desmond
Desmond
and
and you
supposed
don't-
Kevin.
Well, he's free.
Yeah, he's out of your grip and you're in the middle of the street.
All right, so
And then
he
I have an
breaks through.
unholstered gun.
True, you can choose to shoot him on your next turn. As now he's got a fire axe. He's gonna stand right next to you, wielding that axe, just like, all right, you motherfuckers.
Also,
Like,
you
cool.
got a sniper
Put
to
it
worry
ahead,
about.
bang,
Mhm.
and just continue using him as a shield.
Also, you got a sniper to worry about.
Yeah, the body was just so I don't die. I don't give a fuck about this dude. If I have to kill him, so be it. I'm still using his corpse as a shield.
That's nice. You get shot with the assault rifle. 24 damage. What is your stopping power?
I think all of our stopping powers are
All right.
11.
Just the body armor.
I believe. Have you taken any damage yet, Kevin?
No,
I have
this is
not.
his first time.
Nope. So subtract 11 from that 24.
That's 13.
Oh no. I have to double
What?
check something.
Kevin,
Do I not take 13
I do believe you do take 13.
damage?
This is something else because he rolled 2 6s with that damage.
Uh-oh.
Not what I wanted.
How the fuck do I put in damage?
Click your HP.
Oh, okay.
All right, I was fucking should not be this hard to look up this piece of information, but it is for some reason.
That's roll 20 for you.
So many pages. I want this. All right. So Kevin, and for everyone, future reference. Um, whenever someone rolls damage and they end up getting 2 or more damage, that incurs a critical injury. Kevin, could you do me a favor? Roll me
Yeah.
2d6.
2d6. I rolled 2 1s.
Snake eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Is that bad or is that good?
That's probably bad. Rue, what happened?
So Kevin, you get shot in the shoulder. And unfortunately, this bullet hits you just right. And it dismembers your
Oh.
fucking.
Oh shit!
Broken shoulder.
Well,
Not broken.
Not broken. It
Dismembered.
has been cut
Your
off by
arm
a
is
single bullet.
Dismembered.
gone.
Your arm is basically dangling from like leftover skin tissue and sinew. It's off.
Ugh. Yeah, you're gonna need
So,
cybernetics to fix that.
What would the treatment DV be?
Let's look at that. Let's see. That's going to require you some surgery. Do you know how to do surgery, Kevin?
Quick question, DM.
No, I don't think so.
How does that affect
What
his
would
melee?
surgery be? First aid?
Literally, none of you know how to do surgery except the one guy who isn't here.
Yeah.
Now, how does that affect his fighting? He can only fight with one arm.
Oh,
He only has one arm.
Oh no.
And he now has a penalty of 1 to his death save.
Oh boy, that's not good.
So don't die. Try not to die.
So what do I put on that treatment? Professional.
You're not gonna do fucking surgery in the middle of the street.
I'm not. Just for the thing on critical injuries.
The treatment is a DC 17.
Cool. I'm gonna put it as professional. I don't think it's quite heroic or incredible or legendary, but it might be.
Healing.
Hey, at least
Oh
you
yeah,
have
it
a.
was professional. That was exactly 17. Got it.
Mhm. All right.
Would
So,
it be first aid
No,
to fix it?
surgery.
no, surgery.
Where the fuck is surgery at?
Don't got it.
You don't have it. The
Oh.
only people that have surgery is the med techs.
Oh.
I could
So I said the
probably treat
guy
it to where you're
that's
not
not here.
bleeding. You can probably treat it to where it's not bleeding, but you're still going to need surgery.
I mean, he's not in a point where he's bleeding out or anything, but you know, there's no treatment. He needs surgery, and that's it. That's the only option for him.
Ouch!
New fucking shoulder.
A whole
New
freaking new
arm.
arm! Your arm is basically hanging on single threads of skin and tissue.
Yeah, yeah, it's my shoulder's gone. My arm's still there.
I
So,
mean, there in the sense that it exists still.
Yeah, it's my shoulder that doesn't exist. I'll have to get a brand new ass shoulder.
That's probably a
all
new
right.
arm.
So,
Okay, let's
Jackie,
forget about it right now.
before your turn comes around,
I have to put a 1 penalty to death save. How do I do that?
I will actually have to double. Let me hop on your sheet real quick. As I do that, you guys hear a ding from the elevator. As you see your good buddy Grant pop out from the elevator, assault rifle in hand.
Grant, kill them.
I'm just gonna yell, my fucking shoulders.
You're in the street. I don't think he's gonna hear you.
Yeah, I'm
No, he cannot.
fucking. You hear gunshot and then just fucking bellow. My fucking shoulder.
I might be able to hear you. I might be able to hear you because I'm within hearing distance.
I mean,
Doesn't
everyone
see
else
me.
heard you. Okay. Let me see here. Death save. Let me go to edit. Let me see. Is there a way to. No. Basically, we're just going to have to remember that. So here's the way death saves work. I'm not going to double check it right this second, so I'm going off of memory. I will look it up when we need to. If you go to 0 health, you don't go unconscious. You're still alive. You have massive fucking penalties to anything you try to do, including your movement, but you're still alive. But your death save, you have to roll below what is on your sheet.
Have to roll below a 5?
Yes.
So,
Which you're not dead yet, so you don't have to do it.
so I would have
But
to
if you do
roll
die,
below a 7. What happens if you get higher?
You die.
Oh.
yeah, you die.
Oh, that sounds bad. I don't like the way this is done.
Yeah, that means you got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, you get a better
I got like 70% chance to live.
chance. You got like a chance.
All right,
Fucking
so
hell.
Grant. Good buddy Grant. What is his movement? Is a 7. This guy can move. Or is he from the action? He's pretty far from the action. actions. We
Yeah,
can
I
do
was about to say, it's probably going to take him at least 2 rounds to
Yeah.
get within.
I mean, he has a gun.
Yeah, he has a rifle. All I got is my pistol and my rest of my gears
7.
back in,
And let's see.
and the rest of my gears back in my apartment.
All right, perfect. Grant. He takes his assault rifle and shoots it into Jackie's back.
Wait, my back?
Yep.
I had a feeling when he refused to go outside with me.
With a 21 hitting right on the money, that is 18 damage.
Ow!
Minus whatever your stopping power is at.
It was at 10.
Yep, so that is a 8, and your stopping power drops a point.
Now down
So-
to 9.
Here is the deal. I think right now, with Grant's lovely betrayal underway, this is probably the point to stop and continue next week if you guys want to go ahead and call it here, just because it's already getting around that time and combat's not nearly over.
And more people would be great.
Question for next time: can you use luck points to make someone worse at something?
No,
No.
To like shoot worse?
no. You can
No.
only use your luck point to increase your own roll.
In other words, you can only affect, your luck only affects you, nothing
Okay.
else. Though, if your
I
luck,
should have used it when I grappled. Fuck.
yeah, I still have my luck points.
I kind of forgot they were a thing since I normally don't take the luck feature.
And that's why I wasted all my luck at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because we, well, if we want to make this into, I thought this was supposed to be a one-shot.
No, I just it was a one shot.
This is so he has
Yeah,
time to
you're the
build
one that kept
new
assuming
shit.
one shot.
I assumed it was a one-shot.
Hmm.
Alright.
I assumed he just bought a module.
Or a
Little bit.
module came with it. But
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
we end the session, I would like to say one thing to Grant. Why? Why the hell?
Oh, yeah. Corpos pay better.
Son of a...
I fucking knew it was a corpo. I just want to know who wants the madam. This information I must know.
Don't you dare do an expose on me.
You have no idea what I'm planning.
Well, here's the thing. Only my character remotely knows this information, as well as yours. We're just piecing this together.
I had a big
Ava's-
assumption this was corpo.
Ava's right there. She can probably hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that he's betraying us, so I might not open this door.
yeah. Right now, right now, he doesn't know where you're at unless this
Are
guy...
there windows in these apartments?
Probably not.
They might be barred.
I might have the key to the bars, depending on how they're barred. I'm just gonna fucking dip. See you guys.
There'd be a window. I think the lower floors are definitely barred.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't you dare say absolutely. This is my apartment complex.
Fair.
You no input here.
Anyways, I think I know what I'll do on my next turn. Once. Oh wait, it is
Cool.
my turn, isn't it?
Let's
Next
hope you can
time.
remember that for a whole week. 'Cause
I mean, just leave the
I
turn order there.
I should be able to.
Well, honestly, it sounds like a lot of us still have energy.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine to keep going, but we might want more. I think Rue's doing this so that we have more people.
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
It's a lot of reasons.
one.
It is. This is a perfect like turning point of the fight, where like if someone jumps in, they can get a pretty good idea of what's going on right away.
Yeah, this is a pretty good point to have the party more or less chop in and shit.
I will admit, I didn't think it would be so soon that someone would lose an arm.
Session 1! Session freaking 1! Somebody loses a fucking arm!
That's better than the one podcast. One podcast I was listening to that was running this adventure.
Why? What happened?
End of the first session, dude goes down to 0 health. Beginning of the second session, first roll of the game, he dies.
So, question for my future planning over this week.
I'm still alive!
Question
Barely.
for my planning. Do I have... Are they barred welded in, or are they barred with
Welded.
keys?
Something better fix my
Alright.
shoulder. How am I supposed to drive with only one arm?
You could drive with
I mean,
one
it's
arm.
possible.
It's very
Take some
possible.
practice.
How am I supposed to change
What you can't
gears?
do is use your assault rifle with one arm.
You let go of your wheel for a second and use your foot. You
I
do it
don't
all
have
the
an
time.
assault rifle.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
All of
sure.
I have a handgun.
Yeah,
a
I have
bat,
the assault rifle
some
as well as the
Wolvers.
other solo.
Is the one of your Wolvers is missing?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Don't forget to collect that arm. You might be able to sell off the
I'm
Wolvers.
reattached. Thank you.
Hey, here's the deal. If anyone wants to buy anything, I can get it for you.
Alright.
Probably.
How about a new shoulder?
I'm not fully finished
But-
with my thing. What corporation is having you made you turn coattail?
You can ask that when you're actually talking to her.
And
Anyway,
I'll ask
don't-
that next
I'm
session.
Yeah.
not.
I want
I'm over 20 meters
compensation
away.
for my shoulder.
Who's
What?
gonna
Nah.
compensate you for your
We don't
shoulder,
do
Kevin?
we don't do compensation here.
It's
Kevin, you have some of the weirdest ideas, I will tell you.
That's saying something.
That's like I got
Hey,
my shoulder
Hey, buddy.
fucking dismembered.
Hey, buddy. Your
helping you.
shoulder came off when you were
Compensate.
in the street, not in the apartment building.
Yeah, you're across the street.
Under you,
You're halfway
protecting
across the
your
street.
ass.
So actually,
Still
if
fucking
anything,
count.
Like
You
his
just
ass.
followed.
so if anything, you
all
want to
you
know
know is
about
we
Grant's
suddenly
betrayal.
got. All you know is we suddenly got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So not
You had no point in that point. Said you are paying me for this.
Yeah, I would like to be
Jesus
paid
Christ,
now.
Kevin.
Too late.
Now
Those
that
are
I've lost
things-
an arm, I'd like to discuss payment.
Those are things you work out
I
beforehand.
would like for insurance, please,
well.
for you to
Anyway.
pay it.
Insurance. Absolutely
The
none of you can
insurance bills.
afford
Insurance.
Hey,
Shoulder.
if you all pay me every month, I'll insure your stuff.
I do pay you every month. It's called rent.
That's not what you're paying for.
That's paying to live here. Insurance costs extra.
Pretty sure I already pay for that when I get garage access.
You don't get garage access. There is no garage.
What
Get a
garage?
garage.
I don't have a fucking garage. That's expensive.
Get a garage, motherfucker.
Where does he put the car?
Kevin,
Okay.
you just live in your own special. I kind of like the
Oh,
idea that
Wait, is it the alleyway I meant?
Opposite.
opposite alleyway.
Damn.
You know, I was thinking that too. If the car's right there.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
could-
I
even
haven't,
if it-
I haven't hot wired a car yet, but
I mean, we could
Don't fucking touch my
hotwire.
car.
I mean, we
No,
could
Kevin,
hotwire a
it's more the
car.
point to get your ass out of there.
Also,
Jesus Christ,
Standing
you're
in the middle of
fucking
the
bleeding
street,
too much.
holding your limp arm.
also, I wouldn't be leaving without my police gear. So,
Oh yes, that's the concern right now.
well,
Not
I
the
don't
fact that
really-
as
there's
well as my life
at
and
least
whatnot.
2 heavily armed gunmen that just blew off one of your buddy's arms.
Yeah, I saw that, and I know this guy's betrayal because corps are paying him.
Yeah, by the way, just as a fun bit of information, Grant, he did get a A6 in that roll, so you were one
Yeah, I
unlucky
was
roll
one
away from losing
one
your own
away from
bodyguard.
getting a crit myself.
Yep.
And it probably would have been my spine.
If I
I
can't get
want
my arm
something
back,
broken
I just
off.
get a new ass arm.
Then get in the fight, you fucker. You're in the
Yeah,
alleyway.
get in a
Am I about
fight.
to become fucking McCree?
You can.
I mean,
If I can't get my arm back, I better get a cool ass fucking arm.
you're
That's
going to get
the
a
entire point of
cybernetic
this
arm
game,
probably
man.
to replace it.
That's the point
Yeah.
of this game. The reason why they implemented the whole getting your arms blown off is so you have to get cybernetics. That way you are bound to get cyber psychosis.
Mhm.
When
Anyways.
If you guys look into the
cyberpsychosis.
game gimmicks, it's a massive fuck around.
Mhm. I
Anyway,
will say it's going to cost you a premium to get a cybernetic arm, though.
Yeah, that's not going to be cheap.
Where is this shit at?
Anyways, I think that's where we're going in this one, right?
The fuck is Mr. Stud's sexual implant? What the hell is that?
Exactly what it says it is.
It's effectively what it sounds.
It's what you would need if he aimed for your crotch instead of your shoulder.
Oh.
That's what I aimed for on the dude who's grappled right now.
Oh, just the thought of that makes my nuts hurt.
This was fun. This was fun. No one
This
died
was-
yet. That's good.
Yeah, well, we haven't died yet.
Yeah, yet.
I should have grabbed my police gear before I came down.
I don't know where the fucking shit for this shit it is. Where the fuck does it say arm?
All the way to the right, the first option is cyber arm.
Is there a fire escape door in the bottom floor
Oh, there's a-
apartments? Or
oh,
no?
I'm
Yeah, there was a
zoomed
fire
out.
escape
That's
door
what it
that
is. Cyber arm.
that Aku
That's
walked
4
out of.
option slots. Comes and installs with standard hand that doesn't cause humanity loss or take up an option slot.
I was
Oh.
asking if there were any in the apartment.
God, it's fucking expensive. 500 EB.
In the apartment, no. Just
What is
outside the apartment
HL?
is the door. Humanity lost.
Does the arm itself make me use humanity?
Yes.
Does it have a stat for HL?
Yes.
Then yes.
Then yeah.
If not, then you don't lose humanity over it.
Why does it say it comes with a standard hand that doesn't cost humanity? And then right under the standard hand, it says it costs 2.
I think it's
Because
when you get the arm, you don't need to spend humanity. But if you
Oh, it
get
just
just
comes
a
in
hand,
hand.
yeah, if you get just a hand, you would.
yeah.
Okay. I'm like, I don't want to lose 7. Well, technically, I don't want to lose 9 when I could be taking 7. Or just 2d6.
yeah, that's why it specifies. So yeah,
All
it
right.
was fun.
This was fun.
I liked it.
Super dick.
Yeah, I'm almost sad that there were a couple things I was hoping might happen.
What the fuck is a
man.
cyber deck?
Cyberdeck is for net running.
How much
None
is
of you
the
got
monthly rent that I currently have on my person I collected from the three of them?
I will have to look that information up.
Okay. Because if I have to just fucking dip and forget about my apartment building, I might just take that money with me.
Wouldn't you also be robbing us too?
No, you're paying rent.
And
You still lived for that month.
Wait,
I mean,
which arm did I
technically,
lose?
I'm gonna say your whatever non-dominant one.
So
The thing I would
yeah.
be doing is pissing off the people who are protecting
Companies.
the building, pissing off the people who are the nearby fixer. I'll probably still pay off the fixer.
I kind
He's
of like the
important.
idea that part of your rent money goes to the fixer already.
Hey, here's the deal. No matter what happens, I'm not paying Gavin.
Yeah, you mean Grant?
You mean Grant?
G
Yeah.
names.
To be fair, you don't pay Grant. Rex pays Rant, and you pay
Dude,
Rex.
I can get a subdermal
Oh wait,
grip, which allows.
Wait, is Rex on it part of this too?
Dude, I can get
Yeah.
subdermal grip with the cyber arm, which allows me to connect with Neuralink to do smart gun shit.
Woo. You guys have not seen Rex today, although he's a fixer. He's usually out and about.
Yeah.
He practically just
Rex-
sleeps in the building from time
Rex
to time.
owes me for this one.
Well, it's time to clean out the personnel files.
The subdermal grip doesn't say anything about taking up a slot. I guess it's just the hand then.
Anyways, I'm gonna end the live stream and stuff on my end.
Yep.
Alright.
I mean, I assumed you
So-
already did that.
Anyways, ending it right about now.